And here we are on Blistering Sands, wonderbread spawning over here as the pink Zerg player as usual, and on the other side, me for the win, the orange Terran player. We're on Blistering Sands for Game 3 between the two players. This is the Collegiate Masters StarLeague, sponsored by SteelSeries, SteelSeries professional gaming gear. Check them out at steelseries.com. And it does look like this is going to be the last game, as it is a best of 3. Whoever wins this will be able to advance to the semifinals. Wonderbread, the Zerg player from College Park, and me for the win, the Terran player from Anne Arundel Community College. Gonna be moving that SCV to the front, probably gonna build that supply depot. Yeah, there it goes. Blistering Sands is actually a map that's really annoying because of the back destructible rocks. It really causes the pain, especially when Zerg breaks that down early in the game and rushes Zerglings into your base. So you definitely want to guard those back rocks. Probably why Wonderbread chose this map in the first place. We'll see how me for the win deals with this. Maybe early aggression of his own, or a pretty interesting defense. We'll see what he decides to do on this map. Same thing goes for Wonderbread actually. If these rocks get broken down, it's very hard to hold your natural expansion. So sometimes Zergs don't like this map at all. Does look like Wonderbread is going for the pool gas first, or gas pool build first on this map. Going to be able to secure the natural expansion later on. Me for the win, grabbing the refinery as well as his first barracks now. Wonderbread is going to be scouting with this Overlord, going to put it in some pattern. We'll see where he's got this rallied. Does look like it'll park itself back here. Going to be able to do some spotting later on in the game. The spawning pool is about finished for Wonderbread, and as me for the win finishes up his wall, the 2 supply depots as well as the 1 barracks up at the front. Now mining the gas. We'll see what he decides to do with the first 100 gas. Well, no, he's gonna throw down the tech lab. We'll see what he decides to do with the next 100 gas. It does look like the SCV is scouting over here and not seeing the expansion. Does look like Wonderbread might be going for that right now. Yeah, he's got the drone out, headed over there. Should be at 300 minerals shortly, and we should see the expansion right now. There's the expansion going down for Wonderbread, and the Zerglings nibbling away at that SCV. Should not be able to get back to base, and there it goes, explodes into four pieces. Me for the win is guarding the front with that 1 Marine, and is going to be throwing down the command center, so he's definitely going to try to expand it real soon. We'll see if his build works out for him on this map. He's got to watch out for these back rocks. The Zerglings are already starting to nibble away at those rocks, but it is going to take a long time. Those rocks, again, are armored, and there's only 3 Zerglings. Definitely need some roaches to actually break those down there pretty quickly. It does look like the roach warren is on the way. The vomit going off with the queen, and the spawning pool is finishing up the Zergling speed. Me for the win over here with the second Marine coming out of his barracks. We'll see if he's guarding. Yeah, he's trying to guard the back with the supply depot. Should be able to see when those rocks are going down. The command center is about halfway finished, and his factory is coming up as well. If this is the same build, we should be seeing another barracks real soon. Does look like there's still a Zergling over here nibbling away at the rocks. Gonna bring the rocks to yellow life, but it does look like this Marine is not gonna be able to shoot that at that Marine. Oh, there we go. It does be able to shoot at it. It does kill that 1 Zergling. Gonna get 1 kill on that Marine. 2 Zerglings moving across the map once again. We'll see where those are trying to go, see if they're going to scout the natural expansion. It does look like the Overlord is moving in over here. Going to see if it sees any additional tech. It does look like the second barracks is on the way. Exact same build from me for the win. Definitely practice that a lot. Does look like the expansion is mostly saturated for Wonderbread. Does look like roaches are out on the field now, or should be out on the field soon. We'll see if he decides to do that huge surge of roaches, or if he decides to just stay back in macro. Zerglings are parking themselves over here, going to be able to see the timing of that orbital command. Does look like Me for the Win is opting to keep it here for a little time and make SCVs out of it. The reactor going up on the barracks and going to be making those siege shanks going to be able to help secure that expansion. The Zerglings now moving to the front, going to be not get taken out. Wonderbread always keeping good watch over his units, getting a second queen at his natural, going to be able to spread those creep tumors relatively quickly. A Baneling's Nest is also on the way for Wonderbread, and it does look like he's trying to take out the back rocks. The Zerglings and the Roaches now working those down. More Zerglings spawning now. He's still getting those drones, so it's a balanced movement here. Going to be able to still get up an economy and still be able to do some aggression. It does look like these destructible rocks are going to go down, and the siege tank is sieging up. Going to get off a couple of shots on those roaches. Wonderbread not paying attention, losing 2 roaches there. Still 1 roach over there, going to be able to take those destructible rocks down. The Zerglings now up at the front, going to nibble at the front buildings once again. Does look like Me for the Win. It did get supply blocked. That 1 roach might be able to take that down if Me for the Win did not move that siege tank. But now that it is in range, going to be able to 3-shot that roach unless Wonderbread notices, and there the roach does not get taken down. Good job by Wonderbread microing that roach back. A lair is now on the way for Wonderbread at the natural expansion, and the Zerglings are going to move over here and nibble these destructible rocks away. These destructible rocks are very vulnerable to getting busted really soon. Too bad SCVs cannot repair those. Me for the Win is going to land a couple of barracks up front. Going to be walling that off and then landing his command center. This wall off should be able to protect him up front, and he might opt to break these back rocks and use that as the front entrance. Lair is now halfway complete. The Queen's now spreading the creep all the way into the center of the map. Should be able to get that map control going. Wonderbread is going to be massing up those Zerglings. He might be going for some sort of bust on the front or the back. We'll see real soon. There's that vulnerable bunker only with 400 HP. I think it's 5 Banelings are able to bust open that very easily. Does look like the Zerglings have busted down the back rocks and are moving into Me for the Win's base. Does look like the SCVs are all getting pulled off the line. Going to be chasing those Zerglings away. That 1 supply depot might burn down. There's 1 SCV moving over there to repair that right now. Does look like Banelings are on the way. 9 Banelings are going to be able to try to bust the front maybe. We'll see if that happens. And the Roaches did get killed off, I believe. Should be more roaches on the way, more Zerglings spawning, as well as the Banelings now finishing up the roaches over here, actually. Does look like a bust might be happening up front. Looks like they're going to run in the back there. We'll see what happens real soon. There's that 1 siege shank over. They're going to be able to take off a couple of Zerglings. 4 kills on that siege shank. There's 2 siege shanks over here. Going to be surrounded and by those Zerglings. The Banelings moving forward, and Me for the Win has got to move his Marines back, and the Banelings all going off. Roaches moving forward, not quite able to bust in there yet. 20 Zerglings on the way, might be able to do a lot of damage. Me for the Win's defense is looking very thin now. Only 1 siege shank up at the front, a couple of Marines. No siege shanks in the back, both of them getting taken out. He's building a bunker over here. Gonna try to load that up real quick. The medevac is also basically completely out of energy, not going to be able to do a lot of healing here. Those Zerglings did just spawn. It does look like the bus is now coming. A Marine getting caught out of position. A siege shank now sieging up. Gonna blast something away. Probably a Zergling. Does look like the bust will be happening sometime soon. The drop upgrade is also researching for the Overlords. Me for the Win is building a sensor tower. Is going to be able to help him position his army in an optimal manner. He's putting most of his troops in the backside. He's definitely afraid of a bust up over there. He's loading this bunker up fully now. Does look like Wonderbread has his army selected. We'll see if he decides to do that bust. There's a ton of Banelings morphing now. The centrifugal hooks are also on the way. We'll see if he decides to wait for that to finish or if he decides to bust right away. It looks like the burrow for the roaches are also completing real soon, as well as the roach speed. It does look like the banelings are now complete. Wonderbread taking the gold expansion for himself, going to start mining there. Does look like Me for the Win is going to try to take out that Overlord. Does look like it will get away. I guess that was not the drop upgrade. Silly me. It does look like Wonderbread is selected his army. We'll see if he decides to bust real soon. Me for the Win is moving into the center. The banelings are moving forward. The Sea Shanks trying to siege up there. The banelings streaming forward, taking out the Sea Shanks. The Marines in a horrible position, getting all taken out. GG calls Me for the Win, and it does look like the quarterfinal game here is complete. It does go 2-1 in favor of Wonderbread. And we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be bringing to you the next quarterfinal. It does look like it will be Avilo versus Lunatone. And we'll see you in those games real soon.